sun is shining, our love will keep on climbing. There's gonna be some rain, gonna be some pain, but as long as I know, boy, time will show, our love will grow, and I know love will be right.
Just gotta keep on trucking, yes sir! I'm gonna go outside and make myself a nice big shiny first place medal, sit in the sun, and have a stupendous friggin' day, god damn it!
Well, alright, you're messy. Would you make me a medal too?
Of Gundam at MHQ, and this is one of your hosts, Neo, and joining me always is Soul Bro Ryu. Soul Bro, say hello.
What's going on, everybody? Yo, am I coming through, guys? Can you hear me? Am I here? I hope I'm here.
You don't have the mute button on, do you?
I don't this time. Hopefully it stays that way. Props to everybody who's here. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man, and I'm excited to be here, man, to talk about our topic tonight, man. Good shit.
Yeah, and for a second straight episode, we're gonna be joined by Fredrex here, who's kind of our, I guess he's our Armro NT of Mazinger. So Mazinger, and,
super robots in general.
Super robots in general.
Hell
so,
yeah.
Sometimes you need to bring in the subject matter experts. We don't know everything. So so in this episode, we'll be doing our review and thoughts about the, I guess recent, was what, 2017, I think, is when this movie came out. So it's fairly recent, Mazinger Z Infinity, and so we'll be discussing that as I saunter over to the remote located Larry King, the Larry King Memorial News Studio in because I'm not in my normal news studio. I'm in Freedom Bunker 19 is where I'm
Are you
at.
social distancing? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in Freedom Bunker 19, man, for 2 weeks. Freedom Bunker 19 is what I'm
Freedom
staying,
Bunker 19.
Freedom Bunker 19, yes. You're not going to find it on a map. Because I'll tell you this, where it says Freedom Bunker 19 on the map, that's not where I'm at. So
It's a distraction.
it's all a cover story. So I have a remote Larry King Memorial News Studio, do some Neos listener submitted news, and like we've always discussed, if you ever have any Neos listener submitted news articles, just submit them in the Neos listener submitted news articles thread in the Gundam section of the Mecha Talk forum. Oh, and speaking about Mecha Talk forum, MAHQ, did everybody see the update yesterday by Chris? We're recording on April 2nd, so
Yeah, man. Let me see. I'm pulling it up now. I know he put up a post talking about insight into the future and big changes coming to the website. And yeah, man, it's been 20 years, guys. As of April the 1st, 2000, man. Holy shit! Or April the 1st, 2020, man. MHQ, man, it's been a part of a lot of our lives for so many years. But 20 years has gone by super fast, man. And one of the funny things when Neo and I first met is that we both were already familiar with the website before we even knew each other.
And I was familiar with it when it was FAHQ.
Yes, I missed that era.
The 20 years I don't believe includes FAHQs. I think that's like 1998 or 99 is FAHQ. That was the fantasy anime headquarters. And Mecha head, yeah. I mean, it is. I think that was like done with like GeoCities. Web browser design.
Oh my gosh!
I wish you had pictures of them, because what it is now. Oh my! I remember. Well, not too long ago was the old blue ones that they had. Remember those?
Yeah, I definitely remember those, man.
That's probably the one. That's probably the setup they had that lasted the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got to do some changes because, like Chris had stated, I think last episode, it's funny the time that they switched everything over to the current iteration of MHQ. They didn't think that smartphone. It's funny. Browsing on smartphones was not a big thing. It tells you how long ago that was. Oh my gosh. So yeah, check that out. And as I go to our first article here, yeah, not much going on because, well, yeah, the world's pretty much on a lockdown, and I think we'd be coming into the point of a lot of stuff coming up in the next few months, because this is when you have like the summer conventions, but I think most of those are canceled. I did see yesterday that I guess San Diego Comic-Con is like being real cagey if they're going to have it or not, but I'm like, really? I guess end of July, but do you really want to deal with that?
The Anime Expo actually is not refunding anybody, and
they're not.
no, they're not. They're not, and they're actually charging fees for cancel.
Wow!
Stuff. Yeah.
The fucking nerve!
They're charging fees for what?
Cancellations,
like your hotel rooms and stuff like that.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some dirty shit.
Well, what if the convention center gets shut down? I'm imagining it already is.
It is.
Well, but at that time, because Anime Expo is when? The summer? It's like June, July?
It's usually the first part of July.
So
is when it is.
Wow.
Last couple of years, it's been around 4th of July, that kind of week, either the weekend before, or the weekend before of, or a little after. It just depends how it falls. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's fucking.
That's
not
some
cool.
dirty. That's some dirty shit, actually.
It really is.
Yeah, I've been seeing a bunch of like cosplayers were complaining about it because they just like took a screenshot of the Anime Expo page or the email that they got. Yeah, so we're not doing any refunds, but
there is. as big as that is, they would have to have business continuation insurance, because
Right.
for stuff like this, you take out insurance for active, and that's what a lot of these companies are using. They're using it to, that's what they're paying off. And just the look of that's bad. I mean, that's just like, what are you, not gonna, you don't want to continue on with this, because that's something next year where people are gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, we're not going.
Yeah, that's
I
a
definitely
death
wouldn't put my
sentence.
money. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't go to that convention ever.
It is going to put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths if they don't do the right thing and let
And
people.
and the cancellation of the hotels, is that the ones that you book through the convention? Because I would think the actual hotels themselves, my understanding, most of them are canceling out, no problem. Especially because you're talking a few months out. So
I think it was through because like if you register, book your hotel room through the actual convention center itself, and then I guess that's what they were specifically talking about. Like if you use you know, they have been refunding, which they refunded or are about to refund my fucking vacation I was supposed to take this week, but yeah. So yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even see that. I saw the thing about San Diego Comic-Con, and they're like being real cagey about it, but it's like, I think they're just trying to play the odds, and I think I think eventually that'll be canceled too. Because one of the things that you're going to have is, even if everything is somewhat back to normal at that time, do you think a lot of people will even go?
That's the big question.
Right. That's going to be the big thing, is that stuff's going to be so fresh in your mind that I don't think I would.
Yeah, it's like dipping your toe in a really cold pool and wondering if you should go swimming.
Right.
I think like regular people would go. A good chunk of regular, probably, like you said, you wouldn't want to go. It's the guests probably wouldn't even want to go.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Yeah,
the big draw to the convention. A lot of people go just to get signatures and see panels with them and whatnot. So if they're not going to show up, it's just going in to go to the alleys or the main room to go buy stuff. And if a lot of the vendors aren't there for the same reason, it's just a get together, and that's it. It's so I don't know, man. I think big gatherings are pretty much done for the remainder of the year, man. It's going to take a lot of courage for people to get back out there. On a smaller scale, I'm still curious if Evo is going to happen this year, because that's supposed to be scheduled for August, and even that right now is still up in the air. But Vegas is shut down, and it could still be shut down by then. So a lot of the hotels.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think with something like Evo, though, because of what it is, that just makes it where it's like, let's just beef up money for streaming, and let's take what people, and let's give the people that paid for it, they'll get like some special type of streaming package where they get all this extra stuff, and then we can sell that to other people. To me, something like Evo would actually probably end up being more successful, because some ways in the end, do you really need to have everybody there? Not really, because think about like people playing Dota and all that stuff. I mean,
but Evo's also at a convention too. It's a gathering.
Sure, I get that.
All that stuff. But there has been.
I get the convention part, but they could probably still salvage a lot of it. I mean, you just don't do the convention part this year.
They could have an online tournament, because a lot of scenes have gone the online route for fighting games as of recently. So they just did it for Grand Blue Fantasy Versus the other day, and it was a pretty big success out of Japan. So you never know. That this has caused a lot of reconsideration on how the online scene has been looked at. And although netcode sucks for most games, they're gonna make do with what they have and try to set things up.
I bet it gets better.
Oh yeah,
I bet it gets better.
Or there's already been movement in that direction. With certain games. Guilty Gear Strive is coming out with rollback netcode, which is a miracle. That shit got announced a couple weeks ago, and it's like, yo, this would have never happened if people didn't start talking shit. So it's like, thank God. So that might be the trend later on. So
just
Japan,
think about
thank you
this.
for listening.
All the online and all the servers and all this stuff are going to get upgraded. I mean, This is going to be a boom for the tech for like the server industry.
Yeah, man, it is. It's gonna have to because a lot of people, a lot of businesses have shifted to work from home as a permanent fixture, mine included. So it's like, yo, I don't know what this, man. There's a lot that's changing, given everything that's going on, and this
Well,
may not
I
be
think
the end of this pandemic. It may go away for a while, but it's been speculated to come back in the fall. So
actually there's two things that I will people can mark it down.
mhm.
And one is one of my greatest fears, but I think this is just what is going to happen. You are now going to see more automation in factories.
Yeah,
And you're gonna see a lot more, especially in places like China, because think about that.
yeah, man.
Robots don't get sick. And if you do need people to go in, you can have a 35,000 square foot factory run by a handful of engineers
Yeah.
that are just monitoring systems, and some of those systems could even be monitored from home.
Yeah, certain jobs.
So,
Basically, you're saying certain jobs may not exist after this shit is over. So,
well, I just think there will be increased automation. I
yeah,
think that's going to be the number one thing,
yeah.
and you're
That's
going
been
to
a
see
discussion
that.
as of late. So,
Mhm.
we're now seeing the turning point for
No,
that, and it's
it will happen. It will
oh, I'm
happen.
not saying
It
it's not
will.
going to happen.
And
I'm just saying that now is the impetus for major strides in that direction, and I wouldn't be surprised if some industries are just completely changed over because of automation in the next couple of months, let alone years.
no,
So
people are not cheaper in the long term in China. Uh, if you look at this is GS Baxley on the thing.
hmm
If you look at what's happening in China now, even in the like kind of like I guess the banjo country provinces that they have there where they put their factories, even their wages are going up.
yeah,
And part of the issue too is they're needing more skilled people because what the problem that China's starting to have is their defect rate is becoming an issue. Never used to be an issue because the labor was so cheap, but as now the labor has gotten a little bit more expensive,
hmm
the high defect rate, meaning how many defective parts out of 100, is really hitting the bottom line.
And
So
what's even crazier is that they've already field tested robots that do automated surgeries
yeah,
in China, especially robotic operations for dentistry. And
hmm
that's crazy. And also jobs are starting to be eked out slowly but surely. Like I forget what were the people who do pharmacists for that job in 10 years may not be around. That may be
yeah,
completely automated. It's already happening in other parts of the world. So yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy, man.
So kids,
But
get your networking and system admin degrees.
pretty
It's
much.
fucking there's a joke that's been going on called learn the code. I was like, that's a horrible thing to
Yeah.
say to people who have no idea what computers are, let alone anything like that. But yeah, we're
But think
seeing
of that. But also think about this though
hmm
too. China just opened up last week. It's been shut down for 2 months. How expensive to how much of an impact to their GDP did that hit? So the extra amount that you would have for automation in their factories now,
hmm
it it would it would be worth it in the long term. So yeah, it's I know, and that's just not China though too. That's going to be factories in the United States, because
yeah.
what you're going to have is you're going to have a lot of factories come back to the United States, which has been happening for like the last 15 years, but they're all automated. So this that's just the unfortunate thing that's going to happen out of this. I get it.
Yo,
Um,
shout outs to GS Baxley. I agree with you on that, where he says, we'll see more technical skill set from workers. It could also open up a lot of jobs.
depends.
Although that's a point of transition, though, and in this point of transition, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs until they can gain those skills.
And
Although
also
the next generation coming
transition.
up as well, we'll be more prepared for that than the generation now. So it's going to be it's a new industrial revolution, basically, man, and we haven't had one in a
Mm,
while. It's
well,
automation. With
it's
automation,
been
another
economic.
one. We're gonna have a fourth one real soon because
Hey,
of
hey,
this.
hey,
Yeah, I
just
think the stream crashed.
Did it really?
Yeah.
It's fucking China trying to shut us.
Yo, China! What are you doing, China? No, the stream's still saying it's up and it's broadcasting. I haven't lost my connection.
Okay, they just said.
I think everybody needs to
because of the internet being used a lot by everybody. It's been a little squirrely in my neck of the woods. So hopefully we won't run into any
that most jobs can be done from home. The whole lie that you have, most of these jobs people have to go in, and because how quickly they were telling people to go home.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I was fighting nail to work from home at work, and then like maybe a week before the mandate came out for everybody to work from home, right? So they were starting me off with that transition, and then everybody had to because of the situation. So I was like, all these months where I was able to work from home on the sly, and there was a certain person at my job,
water and all. So
yeah, a lot of people's livelihoods are based on it. Now I do feel bad for those who work jobs like people who work at restaurants. Restaurants are super suffering right now. They're really taking a beating, especially the independently owned ones. If you guys are ordering from places, try to look at the independently owned restaurants in your area if you're gonna order food, because they could definitely use your help right now. Because you don't want to see them be gone when everything goes back to.
Actually, they're gonna just transition into all fast takeout from this point on. That's the other thing they talk about with restaurants. You'll have very few sit-in restaurants, or what they'll do is they'll shed some of their dining space. It makes more sense now for them. I think that's one thing you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll have more stuff like a Chipotle, where you just kind of get your food. Most of the people that go in, probably if 10 people go into Chipotle, half of them are taking and eating it somewhere else. I think that's the model you're seeing. That's the model you're going to see.
Yeah, well, know what's been helping is a lot of those the delivery apps have actually been listing all the independent restaurants that are in your area to order from, and been doing free delivery. So they've been trying to hype up them business.
You mean the slave sites like Grubhub and all that?
Yeah,
the people work. They make them for nothing and make them work for like slaves. So.
It's pretty screwed up, yeah.
Well, if you put it that way.
Yeah. Oof. So always tip them pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah.
They get treated like crap sometimes.
Yeah, so, they gotta drive their own cars and burn their own gas. Yeah, I usually do 20%, if not more. So that's usually how I roll.
Oh, look at Mr. High.
Big roller, baby.
Yeah. 20%, baby. He doesn't want to end up on TMZ. Goddamn, sold tips like shit. Uber Eats guy says.
I feel bad for those who are doing gig jobs too, like musicians or anybody who has earns their living like going out and entertaining. Those people are people who just work like freelance. That they're suffering bad too. So. If you're one of those people, man, my heart goes out to you, man. I really hope that they work all of the details for this stimulus, and that can help keep you afloat for the time being. I know that's been a debacle, but yeah.
All right, let's go to some news.
Let's get into the actual news. Fuck it, let's go. Let's go.
Let's get some real cool news. First one here comes from Rodden the 76, and this is actually some lockdown news. We got a new news segment. Lockdown news.
Lockdown news.
We have human resistant news, Bay news alerts, Shat news. Now we have lockdown news. I guess in Spain, a 77-year-old man arrested for hunting for Pokemon during the when he was supposed to be basically catching them all when other people can't. I mean, isn't that how that's working there? But yeah, it says some 77-year-old man was doing that. That's dedication to the game.
My man does not care. It's like, yo, let this COVID take me, son.
I don't care if I get sick. I just want to chew.
I just gotta catch them all.
He's a real life Ash Ketchum, baby.
I'm not.
He'd be the right age.
Yes, he would be, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, I don't care about COVID-19. I've already got Pokemon fever.
Man, he wants to be the very best, bro.
It's bullshit made by the media. I need to catch my Pokemon.
Oh my
I
god.
need 3 more Squirtles to catch so I can evolve Squirtle.
I need more candies.
I almost have all the original. What was it, 150 or 250? I forget what is it. That was 150. Yeah, the original. Well, no, the original
was 150, I believe. Yeah,
150. Yeah, so,
151.
yeah. There's like four or 500 now, but yeah. Got to get all the Kanto region Pokemon. I'm one from the badge. So, all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Rodimus76, for that submission. Oh, the next one here. Oh man. God. This is the good news during the lockdown that we found out. Looks like Sir Bay. This is some Sir Bay news. He has struck a film and TV deal with Sony. Yes. More Sir Bay on all media. Yeah. Just think about it now, Fred. The movies are direct to you because movie theaters are pretty much done. So everything's just going to go straight to your TV. Yeah, man. And this is coming off. It says here, this is coming from GameSpot.com. It says he is going to have a multi-year first look deal with Sony. It's where he got his start as a director with the original Bad Boys. So there you go.
Oh,
and I haven't seen 3, and I need to.
Hey man, it's out there.
but I actually watched 2 the other day.
Oh, did you?
I had to. Like, it was like it was the weekend. I was like a little bummed. I was it's COVID shit and all this stuff. And I'm like, I need something. So I went straight to Netflix and I turned on some Bad Boys 2, and instantly everything was right with the world. So,
how would the stream feel if you and I did a review of Bad Boys 3 in the near future on this show? People would lose their freaking.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I just would like to see it first.
Oh yeah.
Before I do that, because I've seen the extended trailer because I guess it's out on the streaming things now. I think it's available on Amazon Prime. I think for rent or whatever. But it's on my list of things. So
will you let me know when you watch it? I will make sure to watch it, and we'll go from there.
Oh yeah. But it says here, I did not realize that 6 Underground, that massive mess of just explosions, was the most popular release on Netflix in 2019.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it was viewed over 100 million times. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that's not like Despacito, but it's pretty much up there, man.
I mean, that's what happens with art.
See? Well, you know what it does? You know what it does, Fred? It actually buys into the argument that I've had for years that secretly all the people that say they hate him can't wait to watch his shit.
Right?
Because think about this. Netflix is, how guarded are they with their viewership numbers and all those things? So we really, they don't really say who's gonna, and you can go in and erase your Netflix history so your friends that you share the account with don't see that you're watching the Survey film library. I know people do that. I know people are doing that. But this just shows you right here. It's like, man. But yeah, they're saying he's attached to direct something called Black 5 for Sony, which is an ensemble drama based on his own idea. From the guy Ewan Kruger who wrote Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, Aaron Kruger?
I can't wait to see that.
Man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm going to watch Top Gun Maverick, but I watched the trailers and I'm like, how stupid is this movie going to be? Because how are they going to make it? Where they're talking to him, they're like, You're like the only guy that's ever been an ace in the last 30 years and all this stuff. I'm like, who did he become an ace against? I'm like, between the time of the original, it's like, we don't have dogfights. I mean, what is he getting credit for shooting down a Taliban like Cessna or something? I mean, come on. And it just seems like the stupidest thing. I'm like, and they're like, you just continue not to do what you should be an admiral, but you're not. I'm like, they would have gotten rid of him like 10 years ago.
Yeah, he pulled the Riker, basically.
So just for that, I want to see the ridiculousness of how they like shoehorn this thing in. I'm like, wait a second. And then they're training all these pilots, and what, they're going to fight somebody at the end? Who are they going to fight? North Korea? I mean, because that's what it'll be, because China is financing half of that movie, so it won't be China.
It won't be China. I know it has something to do with humans versus drones. I know that's a big part of the storyline.
Oh, is it?
Yes, yes, it is. Although I don't have a lot of faith in Aaron.
Oh, so he's gonna be he's gonna do his best Trace Kushernada thing.
Oh yeah, man, Robo-Apocalypse. He's gonna fight it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Aaron Kruger as a writer. He's written a lot of dribble.
Who he is.
Yeah, the only movie I really liked of his that he wrote was Arlington Road. I love Arlington Road. I think that's a dope ass movie. But other than that, like all the other stuff I've seen, I've ingested of his. I had way too many complaints while watching it. He wrote some of the Transformers movies too, so there you go. But
Oh, perfect.
yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So
brace yourselves.
but it says here too that Survey he's been a very successful TV producer.
Yeah.
And he's been the executive producer. I didn't realize he was a producer on the Jack Ryan series on Amazon. I actually watched that, and that's actually a really good.
I heard that's a really good show. I need to sit
It
down and
is
watch
very good.
Yeah, man.
Black Sails, which is pretty good. I've never been able to watch that whole thing.
Yeah, it's one of the most expensive shows Netflix ever put out, and I guess it didn't get the views that they wanted, but I heard it was good.
So, but yeah, so yeah, all the haters out there, more surveys.
All the haters.
Suck it.
Indeed.
And the last one here comes from Yazi88, and this coming from the Anime News Network, and it looks like there is going to be Tiger and Bunny 2 gets a second season in 2022.
Hell yeah.
That's if we're here. That's
something
and
I wanted to...
COVID-19. COVID-19 didn't mutate into COVID-20, and we're all flesh-eating zombies at this point. But
that's something I want to bring up, man. With this outbreak, man, anime production is going to be affected by this, and all these
production is going to be affected.
All of these productions. So all these upcoming seasons.
When we were waiting, when me and Fred were waiting for you doing the intro,
yeah,
we were talking about this, and I'm like, the funny thing is when all this starts to go back to normal, everybody's watching everything on Netflix and Hulu and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's not the next month or two. It's after that, when all these things have been pushed back and there's nothing new coming, because there probably won't be any new Netflix originals. I know that people get excited when they hear those two words.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't get any... you won't get any new ones for probably, I would say, at least till January, because most of those things got shut down like halfway through production.
I think we still got a good 6 months of content coming out, and here's the reason why.
I don't think so.
No, here's the reason why. There's a lot of stuff that's in post-production that's still going to come out. Now, the shows and movies that we're filming at this moment had, of course, shut down because of what happened. So that's pretty much frozen, and we're probably not going to see that stuff till at least 2021. But my brother, which Neo knows, recently just got hired by Amazon Studios, working in post-production, and they've got a lot of projects to work on yet. A lot of editing is going on for a lot of shows that are coming out on their end, and I'm assuming it's the same for Netflix and Hulu and whatnot, at least for the shows that have already been filmed and in the can. Once those are done, because a lot of the post-production work is done remotely, a lot of people working from home, a lot of people on contract. So if anything, a lot of those shows may still come out, but then the well is going to run dry after a while, because if this is completely affected everything. So
maybe you're going on inside information, but
right.
The entertainment section of the LA Times the last 2 weeks has been saying probably by summertime you're going to be looking. There's going to be nothing but a bunch of because they're not going to be able to catch up. It's not as easy as I think, because a lot of times they do these. There's not too many people that can do all this, especially all the editing. It's done by, I guess, certain groups of people, and they just keep, they do it for everybody, and it just becomes becomes a numbers game, I think.
Well, a lot of the editors are a lot of them are hired outside of the studio system because some studios are cheap and don't want to hire people
I get
from
that.
things.
I get that, but I'm just I think that's being way too optimistic, and you have to realize
no, it's
this
clear.
stuff is this is going to be a little bit different. So.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to take effect on this industry. It already has, and we're going to see kind of a lull in new content coming out for a while. So that's how I'm glad we have podcasts.
Yeah,
there's that. Those shits are going real strong. So
for now,
till
they run out of stuff to talk about. So
fun fact: you ever see Mike Tyson has a podcast, right? It's called Hot
No, I
Boxing.
know.
Yeah, well, he's doing it right now, and he's calling it Safe Distance with Mike Tyson. That shit is great.
he has when I used to drive to work, when on the 405 South, he would have this one billboard out by Carson. There was always this thing for Tyson Ranch.
Oh yeah,
which I guess is his ranch out in Nevada.
Oh yeah,
and so I always see that when I'm stuck in traffic because it's one of those digital boards that has like 50 different advertisements on it. And the first couple of times I'm like Tyson Ranch, and it's like him. It's behind him, so you kind of know it's him, but you don't see his face. And he's like looking out across like the Nevada desert. I'm like, is that Mike Tyson? And I'm like, yeah, that is.
Hell yeah, man. He's got mad mellow now, man. I fucking love that guy, man. Good shit. Yeah. I'm glad to see he's thriving, man. Good shit. But yeah, Tiger.
But if you ever want to see scary stuff, watch there's old YouTube stuff of him. There's one where it shows like every one of his knockouts. Oh my god.
That guy was a monster, dude. Oh my god. Woo!
He hit a dude so hard it knocked his dread off. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So,
fantastic.
But new Tiger Bunny. So that's not till 2022. It's a sequel to the TV series and the follow up, the Rising movie that came up there. So. Looks like pretty much the same writer from the TV series. So
shout out to Yazzie. Yazzie's a big fan of the series. He's been trying to turn me on to this for a while. I've been wanting to sit down and watch it. And the first season's available on Hulu for those who have it. So I should definitely sit down and check out the original. And if you guys like My Hero Academia, I heard there's a lot of similarities between the two series. So
guess what? That's all. If you have Stars, you can see all those movies now.
Oh yeah,
there's so many anime movies.
Dude, they got a shit ton of anime on there, man. I'm almost tempted to get the Stars package for Hulu.
They had Broly on the other day.
Yeah,
the other night. True. I was like, the original Broly movie.
Oh, that
one. Yeah, I was like, okay. So,
man.
But
there's a few more news. There's a few more news stories. I just linked you in the chat over Discord.
Oh, that's a news story.
That's a link to the Gundam hashtag. The hashtag for Gundam tonight is Gundam 219. Hashtag 219 for those who are interested. And Gundam 219 if you guys want to get involved on that one.
Oh, and actually, there's a shout out on this. If people watch Rick and Morty. The next 5 episodes, they did a trailer, and then I guess in one of the episodes, Rick and Morty are fighting some aliens, and they are dressed in Gundam armor.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And that's a hilarious show. So if you've never seen that show, watch that show. So, but yeah, there's an homage to Gundam going in there. So
that's pretty dope. But if anything, there's a couple more stories in there that are of interest. And let me see.
It's all in Japanese. I can't see this.
Well, no, I can break that down. Give me a second.
I don't speak or read Japanese. I mean,
there's if you go further down,
Pathways Flash. Okay, I see.
The Black Cat actually explains the first one. If I bring this up here, the Black Cat managed to show us that.
Black Cat or Black Cat?
The Black Cat, DABLACK cat.
Dak. Okay, there you go.
The cat, yeah, true. The character designer for Hathaway's Flash, Pablo Uchida, is posting concept art over on his Twitter, and he also collaborated with Hideo Kojima from official art on Metal Gear Metal Gear and Death Stranding.
Yeah, I could see it.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
slick fucking just sketches and portrait of Hathaway, man. I hate Hathaway's guts, but he looks fucking sleek.
He's a good boy, though.
Is he really?
I do like.
Is he?
I am feeling the short sleeve Federation uniform too, the one above it.
Yes, yeah, I saw that cat.
I kind of do like that. I'm not too I'm really not too cool with the short sleeve uniform like this, but this one, it kind of looks like what's his face's Zaft uniform, DT's from Original C.
Right on, yo, the fucking Desert Tiger. Oh man. But yeah, I like that uniform because we saw a lot of it in 8th MS Team, right?
Yeah. They did have that. That's right.
It's the Jungle Warfare uniform, I would imagine, just for like hotter climates and whatnot. I prefer the long sleeves myself, but the guy looks pretty sleek, man. I guess this guy is possibly
nothing's better than the old Londo Bell jackets with the bell that looks like the old Taco Bell logo.
Oh man.
So cool. So thank you, Mr. the Black Cat, for
that.
That's cool.
There's another big story I wanted to bring up to those who don't know. If you got a PlayStation 4 and you want to get involved in the closed beta for Gundam EX versus Maxi Boost on, they're taking signups right now on their website here. So I was just putting the link in the chat for everybody who's looking at that. I've already signed up 2 times over. So get up in there.
Incentive to sign up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you can kill Soul Bro.
Indeed. So if you guys go to that link, you can sign up. It's super simple.
I think you get bonus points for that if you kill Soul Bro.
I'm sure. But yeah, signups are going on right now for the closed network test of Gundam EX versus Maxi Boost on, and you can definitely jump on that and sign up. And yeah, the game's coming out this summer. It's going to have almost 200 suits in the game from default, and a couple new suits that are not even arcade games. So yeah, man, I am excited for this. I hope the netcode doesn't suck ass. Which it fucking will. But
you and I know, man.
Oh man, I'm so mad, especially in this world right now where everybody's playing fucking from home. Come on, man, y'all got to fucking step this up, man. Come on. But yeah, it's popping. So definitely get on there, and if you are a part of this network test, please participate in the feedback, the written feedback for this, because it does ask you if you're going to be able to provide feedback after it's done. So please do. And if you have shit to say about the network code, now is the goddamn time. So don't sleep. Please, if you participate in this, participate in the feedback after it's done, because they definitely need feedback on that shit. Especially from the worldwide players. Cats in Japan could give a fuck. But outside of Japan, we're going to be the ones in that struggle zone. So please participate in that.
But guess what? They're not going to give a shit about what you guys say.
Maybe not.
All they care about the Japanese players. So.
You're right. That's the reality.
Do what you want. I'm doing my best Chris impression.
We are getting.
Just do that. Just do that and realize it won't.
Look, the big brain thing is the fact that they don't care what anybody.
Exactly. It works for them, and they're happy. As long as the core audience and shits. So. But okay, cool. Anything else for news so we can move on to some Mazinger?
Shout out to the Black Cat for that as well. Last one is also related to Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. An incredible poster for it. I love this poster for it. If it's in that feed, but the movie poster for it dropped. It shows Hathaway at front and center, and in the background you see Char and Amuro from Char's counterattack. I guess their ghost or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I actually wouldn't mind getting that and putting it in the frame. So
I thought it was full frontal and banana.
I would throw up my cookies.
Yeah.
Boo. But yeah, this is a really cool poster, man. I got to give it up to him. I really like this. Yeah. So that's what's up.
Actually, they still need to do the adaptation that I'm waiting for.
What's that?
The white base chef. What happened to him? Did he become a Michelin star chef after the 1-year war? Because we know he survived. And did he create a restaurant based on nothing but salt? That's what I really want to know, because you realize all the ingredients and minerals and stuff provide you.
Kitchen Confidential with the white base chef.
Let's
go.
Yes.
I want him to travel the planet like Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I want.
Man versus Salt by the
Yes. I would be riveted.
Yes.
Just him and Frau Bo.
There's gonna be a new episode of Gundam called the Salt Saga.
Yo, the Salt Arc.
Yeah, the Salt Saga. Well, isn't that the new rebranding? If they ever, isn't it the in the Gundam the Origin? Retelling, isn't that that part, the Salt Saga?
Yes.
Chapter 42, the Salt Saga. The Salt Saga. Remember how the dude does it on the first Gundam episode things? That's the Salt Saga. Oh, dude, they'll do the Shard Disco remix while he's mixing some stuff in the kitchen. Dun 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 dun. He's kind of like the Swedish chef. And that's a Muppet reference. So screw you, soul, bro.
Yeah, indeed.
Muppet hating asshole.
I am. So. I wear it with pride.
Dare you? Is that it for the news?
That's it. There's one little tidbit I will throw in there. God. It's not a news story or anything like that. Shout outs to Chris. He put up a fun tweet on his Twitter about what are your top 5 Gundam series.
Oh yeah. And I was surprised.
Yeah, man.
I was surprised when I saw. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Nobody had very few people had Mobile Suit Gundam.
I had it as in mine.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you didn't. I was like, very few people had it. I was like, what? It doesn't have to be number 1, but it's not in your top 5. I was very, very surprised, to be honest.
Speaking of Neo's top 5, I see here is First Gundam, Turn A Gundam, Gundam X, G Gundam, and Gundam 00. Yes, I'm including season 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. And go ahead.
And I actually had to think about it because I based it on, replay value, things like that. And I mean, just the story as it was. And it's tough because there's a couple of them, like Zeta. I was like, I can't believe that I can't put Zeta in the top 5.
Me too. I put it in mine, but I can't believe you couldn't put it in there. Holy shit. I
was like, wait a second. I really sat there and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, what do I sit? And when I think about it, when I go back and I think about it, what do I think fondly on? And it's those.
Yeah,
I mean,
Gundam X is in there. I'm amazed Seed's not in there because I know you love Seed for a long time.
I do love Seed. I still do. Yes, I like Wing, but I'm just sitting there and I'm like, sorry, man. I mean, I hate to break it to you. I mean, and I like 08th MS team. Mm-hmm. I like so. It was tough. It was actually really kind of tough because I'm sitting there going, it took me a while to post it. And I'm like, am I sure? Am I going to? Because I was like, I'm probably going to hear some crap about this. But I think because 00 made such an impression on me, because I think in the end, when you look at it, just the way it's able to integrate our current time and just what they were trying to do, they took a little bit different. If you really look at it, it's not really Earth versus space on them. It's taking, you basically have like the Jeff Bezos of that world saying, I'm just going to create this, I'm going to use all my money and stuff, and I'm going to create this thing to spread peace. So it's pretty unique. So yeah, I was surprised, and I was surprised it would take me that long to. Because I was like,
it took me a while to become aware.
Yeah,
too.
It was tough.
Yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah,
but I was ultimately surprised how many people did not have First Gundam in their top 5, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be number 1, but I'm like, you don't have this in the top 5. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna sit here and harassing people, but I'm like, just kind of thinking to myself,
Yo,
really?
shout us to Jay Steinbrecher. He says, "Where's the love for G Savior?"
Hey, Eric had it on his.
Yeah,
Eric had it in his, right. Eric would be the one motherfucker to have that shit.
All the contrarians, all the contrarians would have that.
Yes. Yo, shout out to Eric, man, sticking to his guns. Yo, my man, the loser villain had Zeta at the top of his list. Doc had First Gundam at the top of his list. I'm trying to find Fred's here. Where's Fred's at? Hold on. I know. Oh, I'm gonna love it when I see it. Because here we go. It says, brace yourself. G Gundam, G Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphans, and G Gundam. Woo! Yo, my God. Yo, man.
I was surprised how much IBO was in there, and it's not bad, but I'm like, wow, people. I remember when this was out, people weren't that happy with a lot of it, so I was pretty surprised it was held up like that, and I was like, okay,
because I saw a lot of not hate for it, but there was a lot of people
just not happy. Yeah, I mean, I have my own things with it. I think it's a good show, but I think definitely not top 5. I mean, that's. I'm sorry. That's just.
Yo, shout out to RX149 Thomas on Twitter. He says G Savior, Doozy Bots, Superior Defender Gundam Force, the canceled Gundam movie from the 80s, and Ready Player One.
What a list!
God damn.
You got to kind of respect some of that because.
Oh my God!
What was that 2 minutes that the Gundam was in Ready Player One?
Yeah. I guess it makes the cut. Barely.
I actually was more excited about that than G Recco. So
damn.
Yeah.
Yo, Recco. Man. Well, mine real quick are where I can't even find it now. Here we go. Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, Turn A Gundam, G Gundam, Original Gundam, and Iron Blooded Orphans. Which was tough because I was wondering if I was gonna have X in my list. It was toss up between X and IBO, man.
You really liked IBO that much?
I love IBO except for maybe the last 5 eps, even then, there's parts of the last 5 eps I do enjoy. Okay. It's just what they did with some of the characters I wasn't feeling. But
I mean, it's your list. I was just surprised.
Yeah. It had a good epilogue. I dug that. Yeah. But the last thing I wanted to say about this is voice actor Chris Calhoun actually chimed in and said mine would have to be Mobile Suit Gundam because I got paid to play around as Mr. Bright. So there you go. That was mad cool that he actually chimed in on this, and the rest of us I fanboyed out and said, "Yo, please let them cast you as Bright in Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway when they dub that shit, please." Of course, I guess we'll see what happens, but a lot of people. Had a lot of nice things to say to the guy. So props to Chris Calhoun for being on there. He's the voice of Bright in the Ocean dub of Mobile Suit Gundam, and of course Char's Counterattack, the dub for that. So yeah, he played Bright, man. So for those that don't know, give him a shout out. Tell him Gundam sent you, and that's what's up. But that's all I got to say. We can finally move on to the business at hand.
Yeah, Mazinger Z Infinity.
Yes, sir.
So this will be a quick synopsis because it's Super Robot show. So I mean, it's basically this was brought out in 2017, and it premiered worldwide October 28th of 2017, and in Japan in January 13th of 2018. So a couple years ago. And it's basically set 10 years after the war against Dr. Hell and the Mechanical Beast. We see that everything has become peaceful. Now photon energy is given to everybody. That's going to be a bad thing. And then we see the pilot of the great Mazinger is Tetsuo, and he starts having to fight all of these mechanical beasts because he's like, oh my god, they're all back. And we see that he disappears, and it's like, uh-oh, these mechanical beasts are now coming over to Japan, and the original pilot of the Mazinger Z, Kuji Kobodo, is now a scientist. So he went the STEM route after fighting mechanical beasts. And of course, during this time, they unearth a new Mazinger called the Infinity. A long story short, Dr. Hell's back. We find out there's lots of dimensions with lots of different Mazinger timelines in it. Everybody gets back into their original suits to battle the Infinity and defeat Dr. Hell, and everything moves on. Happiness at the end. So,
Oh, wow.
so because I think we're going to be talking stuff when we do some of our impressions and stuff here, so I didn't want to give too much out of it.
No,
so,
absolutely.
Super Robot all the way. Basically, it's from what I understand, a sequel to the Mazinger Z, Great Mazinger movies, and kind of gets rid of and doesn't do anything with Groznyr and Mazen Kaiser. So I guess we'll let our subject matter expert go on this one. Fred, what are some of your thoughts? Some of the things that were positives to you of Mazinger Z Infinity.
Yeah. So I really love this movie a lot. But one of the cool things is the fact that this is a sequel to the Toei shows. As opposed to trying to be a sequel to a manga or be a spin-off of one of the manga or anything like that. It's just a direct sequel to probably the biggest part of the franchise, which was that 70s TV show and the movies, of course. And it's great to see that. The biggest thing I love about this movie is there's so much... I'm going to get made so much fun of for some reason. There's a lot of heart and soul, damn it.
Yes, yes, there is.
It's one of those where if you were a part of the franchise, even if you've seen it in passing, it's just like it's really gets you nostalgic for a show that you probably never grew up with, but like Mazinger has just been a part of like a lot of anime franchises in general. So a lot of shows owe it to even Gundam owe it to Mazinger Z for being in.
Yeah.
Just the animation's good. I like how just the stuff that they did, the little things like where they did pretty much a 1-to-1 recreation of the Mazinger launch with the Scronder and stuff like that. Like that's directly from the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The other cool thing, not to keep throwing it on, but the other cool thing is the composer for this movie is actually the son of the original composer for the TV show.
Oh shit! Yo, that's awesome.
That's why it sounded like the original TV show.
Yeah, he kind of took up the mantle. Of course, Aniki, big bro Ichiro Mizuki, came back to do the Mazinger Z intro and sounds just like he did in 1972. Man,
damn! Yo, my man is still kicking? Yo, let's go.
Absolutely.
Yo, I'm not even mad at that. That's fucking classic. Yo, that's good shit. Yo,
yeah, that dude is awesome.
Anytime I hear that theme song, dude.
He's got the best style. Like you got to see, you watch his performance videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, if I was a Japanese singer, this is how I'd want to look.
Yo, my man's pipes can't be faded, done.
Oh god, no.
Man, good shit.
No,
because didn't he perform? Didn't he perform during like the Super Robot Spirits concerts and shit?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Hell yes.
The opening years. Yeah.
God, the respect.
The dude is just like anytime somebody like mentions like a show for the 70s, he's like, "Oh, you want me to sing? I'm here."
Damn, I'm glad to see he's still getting work, man. That's a lost art.
Dude, this is the guy that does the Harlock, the original Harlock.
Yeah. Oh shit!
The one that's just like so. Oh yeah, I mean he is.
Yeah, him and Isao Sasaki, the guy who Space Battleship Yamato.
Yes.
He's still kicking. It's still all these dudes from the 70s sound almost exactly, if not more refined than they did since their
There's actually a video on YouTube where him and a bunch of the other vocalists And he actually sings the original Tobey Gundam song too.
Yes.
Oh shit!
And he freaking kills it, dude. I mean, because to me that's one of my most favorite songs ever is the Tobey Gundam song. It is so 70s and so cheesy, but it's just so amazing. It just makes me so happy. Like,
does he do the ballad at the end? The Amaro.
No.
Oh, there's somebody else. Oh man.
No, well, it was just they were doing like like they were doing a montage.
Yeah.
So they were just doing like all of these different popular shows, and he did the Tobey Gundam one, and I was like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The
dude's awesome.
He's a legend, man. He's just amazing, and still that version of the opening that they did for this, where the song that he does is like the best version he's ever done. I think.
Wow.
Honestly, out of all of his performances, I think this is the.
It is pretty damn good. Yeah.
Yeah. You also got Koji Kikikawa did the ending song, "The Last Letter," which is kind of like a. It's kind of like it's not really saying like, hey, this is the end of the franchise. It's kind of like, hey, we're kind of moving on.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point of the movie is, the characters they've gone through their war, quote unquote, if you want, do that. And it's them moving on to be adults now, because one of the core things, which it doesn't really get touched on, but it does,
having families.
Kind of grapples with the fact of being a pilot still, or moving on to be a scientist, and if he wants to still be a pilot anymore. So he and Dr. Hell even confronts him. It's like, oh, you don't want peace. You want to be on the battlefield fighting it out.
Yeah, he misses the glory days.
He did the old "you're like me" thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's full of tropes from the show. So many Easter eggs. Like, of course, Mazinger. Every movie, Mazinger's got to get shit beaten out of him, where he's bleeding out essentially, and the Mazinger Angels, which was a nice little reference. Pervy ass Gundam guy throwing that in there, Yeah, them big titty anime ladies,
of course.
For the oldies.
Gotta keep the SJWs on their toes, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I just love how much of a love letter it is, and how much it just takes a long-running franchise and pays so much respect for it. And stuff like that, so.
Yeah, it's so Soulbro, what are some of your positives on this?
I've dipped my toe into the works of Uncle Go for many years. I remember having a grand old time watching the latest Devilman on Netflix with Fred. We did one of the last commentaries we ever did on I forget what it is, live stream or whatever. We got to do that, and it was disturbing, but it was a blast. And I've always wanted to delve more into his works, and I think in the future we will, because of the fact that we still have that taste for the old school, thanks to the Tomino retrospective that we did. But watching this is the kind of the first step in that direction. And granted, on Gundam, we've talked about a lot of hybrid super robot shows, and even reviewed a couple of super robot shows over the years, like Gal Gaigar, and several other notable series. But we never touched upon this series before. But we've always adored it, and we've always had a lot of reverence for Mazinger Z. I grew up watching Tranzor Z.
That's what I was telling Fred.
Yeah.
Same here.
In 1980, I remember clearly, 1984, I'd get home from school, and I lived in Jacksonville, Florida at the time, and there was the cartoon block in the afternoons.
Yeah, if you lived in Florida, that's it was the 80s. That's what it would be. Because it was the stuff they dubbed from South America, because in South America it was Tranzor Z.
It was. and the funny thing is that they showed that right before they showed Voltron, so we got that and Voltron back to back, and then I could switch over and watch G.I. Joe on another channel. But I always watched Tranzor Z, and it's like, yo, this show was cool. And I remember even before that, growing up, they had these Shogun Warriors toys.
Yes.
And one of them was Mazinger Z. It's the first product that was Mazinger Z based here in the States, along with Voltus 5, I believe, is one of them too.
It was Raideen, Great
Yeah.
Mazinger, Getter G, and Godzilla was one of the Shogun Warriors.
That's right. Holy shit! And I knew someone that had them all. So I remember seeing that was my first exposure to Mazinger Z when I was younger, and then Transor Z came on American syndication, and I would watch that, and it's like
what was Koji's name? Then it was Tommy, right? He was Tommy, and
that's a good question. I actually have no idea.
No, his name was Tommy because it was typical. It was typical Americanizing at that time. They all had different. Koji was Tommy, and I think Dr. Hell was Dr. Damon or Demon. Dr. Demon.
Was it really? Oh my god! Holy shit!
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
Koji Kabuto became Tommy Davis. I just looked it up.
Tommy Davis.
Oh yeah, and brother was called Toad. I remember that because that's what. Because the 80s is when you called all your little brothers after some like Toad or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a trip to watch that show because I always thought the idea of the powder was cool. You know, having this this flying thing that could fly into the head of this robot and you control it from there. I always thought it was a vulnerable spot to keep it, but it didn't stop it from being dope as fuck.
No.
But after that, I hadn't really like dove into anything like of concentrated Mazinger Z since then. I will say that my biggest exposure to Mazinger Z over the years has been in the Super Robot games, Koji Kabuto has always been the fucking man, and you'll always want him in your squad because he's gonna fuck people up.
Yeah,
he's the best, and everybody respects him. That's the guy. He's the veteran. Like even Amuro ain't shit in his light. So. It's the best. So when people fucking respect them, you know, people giving them shit, they soon find out they fucked up. Yeah, watching this movie, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I realized there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of references that I wasn't 100% on, but a lot of things I was amazed I did know about, like Great Mazinger and then of course my man Boss Barone. That's my boy. His antics.
Who in Transor Z was named Bobo.
Stop.
Yeah, he was Bobo.
Stop.
Yeah. And the robot was called the Bobo Bot.
No. Oh no. That guy. I mean, does he ever, like in your history of watching Mazinger Z and all its incarnations, has he ever destroyed any enemy? Or,
yeah.
He has? Oh shit! Yeah. Okay,
he's a badass in Shin Mazinger. Like him and the oh my god, I forgot what the clan of people, but they kind of team up together.
His buddies. Yeah,
I did not know.
Yeah,
because I know
kind of intimidating in Shin Mazinger.
What?
Really when you first see him for the first time, it's like, oh shit, he's kind of scary.
That's awesome, man. Because I wasn't sure if he was always going to be, and because I know his main existence is comic relief. But I've always enjoyed his character, and I always like having him in Super Robot Wars in my team sometimes, even though he's not the greatest person to have on there. But it's just fun just to see him out there with a bunch of other characters from other shows. But I like the premise of this. The fact that there's a time jump, I guess, between the TV show and this, the show that the characters have grown. Although Koji's kind of still the same, he's still kind of he's still in Arrested Development with his relationship with Sayaka, which is you know one of those things you see in a lot of shows and whatnot. But I do like the fact that they reconcile that in this movie as well. And then I like the character of Lisa quite a bit. What she brought to it. She looks a lot like Rei Ayanami. I'm not gonna front.
What a coincidence.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Man, I don't know if that was intentional. But it was Yeah.
I would say it's intentional.
But her personality is nothing like Rei. But she's very much.
She's not a Planko.
Exactly like a wood. Oh man. But I love the twist with her, and you could kind of see it coming because of the fact that her origins are kind of mysterious. But the fact that they played a little bit with parallel dimensions in this, and the fact that there's so many out there that could possibly happen as a jump off point because of the what was the name of the giant Mazinger? Was it the God Mazinger? The Mazinger
The Infinity.
the Infinity. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
It's called the Infinity.
Yeah. Oh my
whenever when it goes evil, it's called Goragon, which I've never found like what that's a reference to, but I feel like that was like the director or whatever be like, don't you get it? It's a reference to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a reference to something, but I don't know what it is either. It sounds familiar, but I don't know. But yeah, it's the Infinity. So.
Yeah. The Infinity, it was a neat design. I thought that maybe Coach would get the chance to pilot it, but I'm kind of glad he didn't. Man, they had to take it head on, so that was cool. And the fight scenes in this were off the chain, especially Koji's one-man battle against all those robots and doing like every technique he could possibly do to take those fuckers out. Man, it was extraordinary. I love the fact that
he saves the one dude and he ends up
and he gets killed anyway.
Tosses his arm away. He's like, oh man.
That's back when they had to pilot a generic suit, which I love the fact that they have jobber suits in this. They have GMs in this movie. Is that
they're based on the Mazinger? Yeah.
Yeah, based on the Mazinger.
They did mass produce the Great Mazinger at some point. And, it just kind of petered out, I guess. Toy sales.
But the suits that were presented in this one, what his brother pilots, have they always been a presence in the series, or
No, this is the first. Like this movie was like the first generation of the mass-produced Mazinger.
Because remember, this is like a decade after the end of Great Mazinger.
Yeah, because Shiro was so much older now. So yeah. He's mad older now, which was cool to see him be an adult and be a pilot on his own. It'd be cool to see kind of a series with him as the lead, like a mini series, just to see exactly how he deals.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do, because like Fred said, you do get the feeling at the end of this that they're like, okay, hey, what you know about this show is going to be done, and we're going to kind of start moving in a different direction.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if you get something like that, because that's what I kind of felt. I don't know. Fred might know more than I do. So is that kind of was that your impression too, Fred? Or
I'm sorry, so as far as like
the man,
yeah, pretty much is like. It was pretty much like if we ever do a sequel,
back and it'd be kind of is because they opened up the whole Pandora's box of the parallel universe.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I could really see that happening. Or if we see Koji, it'll be like Koji from like Mazinger Universe 4262 or something like that.
I don't think they would ever. Mazinger really is a series that does like the sequel series and stuff like that. If it's a sequel series, like this one does, it's kind of the history of the previous shows to kind of make it fit. So
it's an anthology almost.
If you were to ever see this version of Mazinger again, it would more than likely show up if they ever did an adaptation. Should Mazinger Zero, which does the whole multi-dimensional Mazinger timeline. That manga is just crazy. Like, if y'all ever review this show, like, hey, I'm in, because that's like one of my all-time.
I've never seen Shin Mazinger, but I've heard.
Oh, hello, fellas. Oh no, stream. Can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. I thought I lost you guys.
No.
All right, cool.
So. Well, maybe that'll be something we'll do in the future.
I would love to.
But anything else?
Other than that, I'd love to
on the good side.
On the good side of things, I pretty much just said there was something else, but if it comes back to me, I'll throw it out there. Sure. But back to you, sir.
Yeah, and of course, a little bit of a Mazinger novice, definitely a expert, and I remember watching the show as a I have seen a good portion of Great Mazinger, but never really was able to get through all of it. But yeah, I mean, this is just you could definitely see it's a love letter for the franchise and life type of story, and it does it in a really interesting way. Yes, Koji's still conflicted about being a pilot and stuff, but even when things start to get bad and he knows that he's really the only thing, you can still see apprehension to even do what he wants to do, because he even starts to kind of question his own ability. The original Mazinger gets destroyed. So, but thank God for 3D printer.
Yes.
That was an interesting way of putting in. The original Mazinger is dead, but we can rebuild it and build it even better. Oh, thank God we have we have a 3D printer. But yeah, it just kind of it brought back all the craziness that from these shows, just the crazy mechanical beast designs. I for big a little bit, but definitely picked up again. And then of course visuals, fight scenes, choreographed amazingly, and my God, the soundtrack! Come on, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, the music was amazing.
I mean, it's in all of its hot-blooded gloriness, and I think at about an hour and a half, it's perfect. I think it's the perfect size for it. For this, because sometimes with movies like this, they can always go a little bit too long, but I think that's this works out pretty well. So, but yeah, that's it. Soul Bro, negatives.
Man, I mean, one of the negatives is on my end. I wasn't privy to all the all the references and whatnot to previous Mazinger series.
What about negatives for the for the movie though? I mean, outside of you,
outside of my own whackness.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing. That's nothing about the.
I don't hold that as a slight against the movie. It just means I need to step my shit up. So there's that. But no, I'd say it moved kind of quickly. But then again, it's a fast-paced super robot movie, so they had to kind of hit the ground running.
Would you want more? You want more character development?
I would like a little more insight on Lisa, because when they hit you with the twist about Lisa being their possible daughter from another timeline, basically, it's like, yo, that's cool. That's real cool. It's like kind of the Trunks effect.
Why would you? Yeah, but why would you need any? She in another universe. Because she's possibly their child. Sure, yeah. She is their child, but in this one, she's not. She's not an artificial life. So I mean, I don't know why you would need any more about her.
Yeah, I just want.
I'm kind of wondering about that.
She seemed kind of like the archetypical magical girl type of manic pixie character, and that's I accept it for what it is. I just wanted a bit more depth with her. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't really have a lot of complaints. I thought the movie was very well produced. I know what you're getting into when you watch a super robot anime, and that's not putting it down by any stretch of the imagination. When it comes down to it, there's a charm to these shows that has lasted over the last, since the genre began in the early 70s. So watching this movie encapsulates all of that. So I really don't have too many negatives to say. I would say that I wish it was a little longer. That's what I would say. Yeah, I wish it was a little longer. I wish maybe about 20 minutes more.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Fred?
I think one of the bigger things that I had a problem with was I just kind of wish they did a little bit more with Infinity. Like, I wish they did. It kind of just was. They didn't really do much with them as far as like combat or anything.
The Mazinger itself.
Yeah, like the Infinity, where he's just kind of like warp my body part.
Yeah.
Like from 10 different. It's like, okay, that's cool and that's interesting, but he didn't really feel that much of a threat in a way to me. I wish they could have done more to show like more of his abilities, because if he's supposed to be a Mazinger, he should have wacky abilities that he should.
Yeah.
I mean, alone the breast fire that he did pretty much nuked a country.
Right? Yo, that city got fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The only other thing, which this could be a personal nitpick, but I wish they would have integrated a way to have like the original, because some of those original voice actors, like Koji's original voice actor, is still alive. I kind of wish they would have worked them in somehow, like had a voice in the background for them. Like Koji's his voice actor is still working. Like he is the and so I kind of wish they would have, because his I can't remember his name. Oh my god. But he's just a legendary voice actor. I kind of wish they paid homage in a way, but that could be a personal nitpick on my end. But I don't have too much of a problem with the movie. It's the only thing I could say is if I were to ever recommend it, it would be like, hey, it's got all that. You could watch it. It's got some references in there that you might go flying over your head, but you'll still enjoy it. I think somebody who hasn't seen it all or is not familiar with the franchise would probably, and that would be kind of a negative in my mind, is like they wouldn't enjoy it as much as I would be able to see kind of what I'm seeing here, which I think is kind of a negative for movies like this. But other than that, I don't have too many negatives.
Yeah, I do think if you don't have too much of a basis in Mazinger, I think you still can kind of watch this and enjoy it. I think I think there's they don't go too much into it, but yeah, if you have a basis and the prior shows, then it's much more entertaining. But I think it's one of those rare like sequel movies that you don't always have to be that steeped in the history to want to enjoy it, and maybe it's a good outlet for people to go back and see the original shows. I think that's where it could kind of work on that way, and I second with you on the Infinity. There did come a point where it's like I wish it was a little bit more menacing, even though yes, the nuking of Tokyo was pretty nasty. But yeah, it did seem kind of at the end. It's like, wow, that's really kind of all it did in the end. So, and then my only other thing is there wasn't enough product placement.
Yes, man.
I mean,
the most important character, dude, Nissan.
Nissan was everywhere. I wish there was more product placement because
Nissan and Sony Vaio.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
At the beginning, when the guys he's got the laptop. I'm like, Vaio. He's the Vaio.
What's still rocking this shit? This must really be science fiction.
Jesus,
man.
But yeah. So, all right. I guess anything before we go to anything else before we go to our ratings?
I just wanted to throw in just real quick some Easter eggs that I think it would tickle you guys.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So at the beginning, we'll first start off. This is this film is the first property that Dynamic Pro, which is the company that does Go stuff, and this is the first time without, in almost 40 years of them being a theatrical Mazinger, is the first time ever in almost 40 years since there's been a movie.
Wow.
So yeah, and everything else has mostly been direct.
OVA stuff. Yeah. Wow.
One of the cool things in the intro, when you're seeing the kind of montage, the history of Mazinger, that scene where Sayaka and Koji are in the car and they're kind of driving through, you see a person drive by, and they kind of look at each other, and go, "Huh, what?" Or, "Oh, that's weird." So that person is actually the self-insert character that Go Nagai uses in a lot of his manga.
Oh,
it's him piloting a Mazinger head.
Oh,
that's Go Nagai.
That's awesome! I wish I'd have known that.
That's
Shit.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
One of the other things is in the army of mechanized machines, 7 with the Doblet, which are the two-headed mecha, and the one skull-looking guy with the sights on the side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
There's an extended fight scene there, which those were the very first two monsters that Mazinger fought in the first episode.
Oh wow!
And then, of course, the bigger part of this fact is the fact that you see the mechanical beast from the Christmas special.
Yeah, the Santa. Yeah,
Yeah, the Santa Claus.
The Santa
the name is strap in for this name. It's called Satan Claus P10.
No. Wow. Yo, Satan.
Satan Claus.
Yo.
You know, it's the real shit.
Yo, take that, Krampus. You ain't shit.
But yeah, those are some little
awesome
Easter eggs that I thought.
Nice.
All right.
Shout outs to Fred, man. Fred is if you guys ever want to, if you got questions about super robots in general or the works of Go Nagai, hit Fred up on Twitter at Fredrex00. I always like to say Fredrex 00, baby, because he loves 00, y'all.
Bitch.
He loves it. He loves it, son. Secret.
You know what, man? I revisited that show.
Did you?
And you know what? I don't hate it as much as I do. I still don't like it.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Your progress.
Progress, exactly. So, all right. So ratings time. Fred, what do you give Mazinger Z Infinity?
I give it 4 breast fires out of 5.
Oh man. So, bro, what's your rating?
I'm at the slide over to another work of Go Nagai's, I believe, and give this 4 tomahawk boomerangs out of 5. That's what we'll do.
Ooh,
Tomahawk!
I'm so proud.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
And I'm gonna give this 4 Nissan minivans out of 5.
Nice.
Because it really does want you to buy a Nissan minivan.
You know, I really wanted to give
there was even a point where they destroyed the mechanical beast, destroyed a Nissan showroom.
Ooh, they did, right?
They actually they killed some people that were in a Nissan showroom.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
I was like, yeah. So
they went out doing.
Hopefully they got gap insurance.
Yeah, man. They went out doing what they loved.
So
I really wanted to give it 4 Keiko comments out of 5, but that's too hot for TV. That's too hot for TV.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out, go Nagai classic.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did he do Keiko comment?
Yeah, he did Keiko comment.
And he did Cutie Honey, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, the classic. Yo, shout outs to my man. What's his name from Evangelion? What's the director's name? Ano, man, that live action Cutie Honey boy. Oh, Chef's kiss for your ass. That's what that is. But yeah, man.
Hey, Fred, isn't it in a weird way, Cutie Honey? So.
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up there.
Mazinger and Cutie Honey, aren't they kind of in the same universe?
Yeah, like all the Go Nagai stuff are kind of sort of
in the same universes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Devilman shows up in Cutie Honey at some point. Devilman even fights Mazinger Z at some point too.
Man.
Yeah.
Which means the Go Nagai universe always ends poorly.
Oh,
damn.
Fantastically.
Woo! Oh, he knows how to go out with a bang, baby. He does. Well, I got a few tweets before we go.
That's our review of Infinity. So we'll go to some Soul Bro, you got some tweets, I take it?
I do indeed. Let me get these pulled up here.
Okay.
A lot of them are from Yazi. Yazi also shares a couple of tidbits as well, but before he does, he hits us with this right here. My man, Master Asia, he's secretly Superman. Shout outs to Master Asia. Much appreciated. Also, let's see here. Kyle, aka Highest Metal on Twitter, says having the entire theater sing the Mazinger Z theme was at the same time was an absolutely wonderful moment. Oh, well, that happened in your theater, Kyle? Good shit,
dude. If I was to see it in the theater, I I'd be singing that shit at the top of my lungs.
Yeah, the several cats in the chat, they went to go see it in the theater, man. Shout out to you guys for supporting it when it came out, man. That's fantastic. I wish I'd have gotten to see it. This movie would have been hyped to see in the theaters, man. Donald says, Tommy Davis is such a lame as hell name. Damn. Brother can't help what his name when he's horribly dubbed.
Remember, in the 80s, these poor people were doing like 5 different things. So the guy that did the script and renaming these people also did like background voices and probably did some of the editing. So
yep,
I mean,
had to do 19 jobs, man.
and you needed a very more American Tommy Davis.
There you go, man. You gotta have the red-blooded American because he's clearly was from the United States. But,
yeah, he clearly looked like he was from the U.S. Yes,
man. Fun fact:
see them sideburns?
You see them, boy? They were big as they were prominent as fuck. But Yazi says, fun fact: Koji in Mazinger Z Infinity is about the same age as Amuro was in Char's Counterattack. So much so, it was used as part of the plot in Super Robot Wars T, where his old war buddies with Char's Counterattack Amuro and Shin Getter Robo Armageddon version Ryoma, who is also the same age as them. That's actually really cool, man. Damn. I need to finish that game. My brother jacked my copy. My brother Anthony.
Yeah, there's a scene where I forgot which character, but it was like, wait a minute, you're like one of the new characters comes in and they see that you're teamed up with Koji.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait a minute, you're friends with one of the greatest pilots the Federation has ever seen.
Hell yes. Is Mazinger Infinity, Z Infinity, is that a part of Super Robot Wars T?
Yeah. The plot for that is in T. Yeah.
Nice. That's a perfect plot to put in that game. To be quite honest, that's awesome. Yazi also says if you guys are interested in Shin Mazinger, it's available on Amazon Prime Video for members for free. Also lots of other mecha anime to watch on there, including Giant Gorg, Baldios, Die Guard, and Go Shogun. That's what's up, man. Yazi, thank you for all the insight.
So forget all those and just watch Shin Mazinger.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm kidding.
Well, that's all the tweets I got for now, man. Thank you guys for tuning in for the show, man. You've been listening to episode 219. I'm sorry for all the tech issues. There were quite a few, but I'll do my best to improve upon those next time. A lot of it has to do with bandwidth throttling. A lot of providers have been doing that, so I think they might have been throttling us during this. Hopefully not, but I'll get to the bottom of that. But Neo, back to you.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for all the tweets, and thank you for participating on the live YouTube stream. Soulbro, can you hit us up with the ways that all the people out there can get a hold of us?
Yes, please. You can definitely always visit the Mecha and Anime headquarters, or mahq.net. That's where the magic happens. There's going to be a renovation happening there very soon, so keep your eyes peeled there. Also, you should definitely follow them on Twitter at mahqdotnet. Chris has been putting up fun tweets, as like the one you saw featured earlier about people's 5 favorite series. So go there and participate. You can follow us over on Facebook, which is our group is called MAHQ1. You can apply to join, and if you pass the test, you'll be able to join the group. So definitely do that. And other than that, follow us on Twitter at Gundam, at MAHQ. That's Gundam ATMAHQ. And also, if you watched it live on either YouTube or Twitch, we run these shows live on twitch.tv/level_9, and primarily featured over on youtube.com/GundamMAHQ/live. And also the MAHQ channel, the Gundam channel on YouTube has now become the MAHQ channel, so be on the lookout. You might have new content coming up there aside from our shows. So if anything, I hope you guys subscribe to those channels. And thank you very much for watching us live tonight. Tell your friends, and have them come out next episode. But I also want to thank Fred for being on the show, man. Shout out to Fred for being here as a panelist. And
two shows in a row.
2 shows in a row, man. Man, he's wearing the seat in, man. That's breaking it in, baby. Yeah.
No. We got it.
Keeping it warm.
Yeah, we gotta keep it. We gotta throw them out. We'll be back.
Yo, Austin says, "Where's my next stream? Possibly this weekend. I don't hold me to that, but I got the itch to stream again. So if anything, I'll stream more Grand Blue Fantasy and everybody's golf will be if I get back on this weekend. But that is what's up. Thank you everybody for coming out for the stream. By the way, shout out to everybody in the chat. I hope you guys had a good time.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks, and you're listening to Gundam at MHQ. Later.
So it's been a lot of fun, but, well, I guess that's all.
Poor Mr. Draft. Not quite smart enough, were you? They simply don't make terrorists like they used to. Cobra!
Your card just left the deck. Just now. Look through the deck. Your card isn't there. Go ahead and look. Yeah, it's not there. You won't see it there. No, it's nowhere. Here's what we'll do. Harrison, do me a favor. Grab a piece of fruit for me, like one that we can open up. Yeah, grab a piece of fruit. Go ahead, whatever. And can we cut this? Can we take a knife and put it right there? Yeah. Yeah, can put it right here. Say your card out loud.
9 of hearts.
9 of hearts?
Yeah.
Can you turn this sideways?
Sideways?
Yeah, so I can cut right through it. Let me not hit your hand. Let's hold, yeah. See, inside. See how there's a card in the orange?
No way.
See how there's one card inside? Please remove it. Take it out. ahead, pull it out. Open it up, Harrison.
No, that's just crazy.
Game over, yeah!
Get the fuck out of my house.